Hello everyone and welcome back to the 28th part tutorial of how to model the island. This time we're going to continue with designing stairs to our house. Now I want to make some points and before that do something just to make sure that everything is placed correctly. So um, let's start, and I will try to do my best to give you an example of whatever. I have like two designs for it for the stairs. I'm going to show you both of them. You can combine both of them together, like to uh, use partial of the stairs in that way, and then switch to the other design. It's really up to you. It's going to be something that I'm gonna just put in your hands to decide, and from there, let's just begin. So first of all, we have these two guys here, right? Right now, I want you to keep them. I want you to keep them for a reason. I don't know what else is going to happen later on, but right now I want you to keep them. But before that, I want you to make sure that they are not related to any group. And by that, I mean that you're gonna open the outliner by clicking here, selecting both of them, making sure which ones are highlighted. These are the ones, okay? So one of them is outside of a group. This is good. We want to take the other one, which is inside a group, and move it out. I'm gonna click and expand the less highlighted group and find the highlighted item. It can be that you will have sub groups and you will need to expand them in order to find this particular one. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you will find the main root group, which is this one here, and you want to move this middle mouse click on this, hold, drag in between those two, and left click or just release, I don't know, to make it out of this group. That way both of them will be selected. You see they are outside of a group. That's cool. You're gonna hold the entire house. We're gonna go over edit, delete by type, history. There is a lot of history going on here. You want to delete it, get rid of this. Now everything is one group. Well, not exactly, those are outside of the group, but anyway. And you want to go and combine them, mesh combine. Okay, so now we have one item which is polysurface. This one, this is the house. With that in mind, you're gonna go and apply the layers just to see what's going on here. This layer is the backup layer of the phone cord. We don't want this to be appear, but we do want the entire stuff to be appear, and that way modify center the pivot for the house. And let's say that, well, I placed my foundation for the house as I preferred, and therefore I don't need really to move it unless I do want. And I'm gonna place this in a height where I won't see. If you'll see here when I'm bringing it down, it's intersecting with the land, so you want to make sure it's not intersecting with the land. And if you just take a step forward by moving into the house, making sure that it really doesn't there. You can use the 4 view, of course, always to see your land. And you can see here that it's here, this part of the land is already intersecting with our house, but we still have more that we can use, like so. That way it's already picking out of the floor, so you want this to be somewhat like that. You want to right click, choose vertices, and you want to grab only the lower vertices. Stretch them down and stretch them as much as you need. I'm gonna bring back the perspective view, and you can see that I have a very low area here, so I need to stretch this as much as I can, like so. Press F8, bring it back to object mode. The next thing is to make sure that you don't have any unnecessary geometry in your scene, and this is really up to you if you want to do this or not. After this we will start with creating the stairs. Right click, choose, make sure it's selected, edit mesh, mesh tools, multi-cut tool, and I don't know why those are highlighted, but I can, I will just simply see here this area where it starts here. I want to click here, and then I will start my way to cut this unneeded geometry. This one is not good because it's, see, it's above ground. I just want to make a nice cut that way. You can even do like one here, and it will do these all, and you can tweak them or not. It's up to you, but I'm just showing you how you can do this fast. And you can bring this one here. You're gonna grab one here, and you can move them or leave them as they are. I'm creating a loop, okay? So that loop, oops, connect this one to that edge, and then move those a little bit down. You can move this one up a little bit now, and then cut here, move these, cut here, move these a little bit, cut here. In this area it's going to be a little bit harder. Like here I have the rocks interfering, so I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna switch immediately to this point of view because this is a corner one, and I'm gonna add one click here, one click here. I'm gonna bring this up to here. You can see that I can move it away. I don't want you to do this. Make sure it stays on the same edge that it's belonged to. And here, because this is, I don't have any more geometry to work, and I'm bringing this very low and continue it, and then loop, close it, right click, and it's permanent. So because this is a loop, you can right click, choose face, grab this face, shift double click this one. It will loop select all the faces in those borders that we created with the multi-cut tool. You can press delete, delete it, and then you can double click on that faces. Only them will be selected because there is no geometry that connecting this area to the upper area of the house. Simply delete it. You don't have to. Again, this is your own decision. If you in some way decided that something is went wrong here, you can right click, choose vertices or edges, grab this vertex here, any of them, it doesn't matter. Well, hello, can you please select it? You don't want to select it. I don't know. Okay, click this one, shift double click this one. It will loop select all those vertices because this is a loop. So you can, if you decided that you made up your mind and you want to change this, just stretch them and then use the scale tool to flatten them that way. You won't have the lower faces, but this is as good as it can get. Okay, so that way you brought it to almost the same state that it was. I'm gonna undo that. I want to maintain this as it was, like so. Sorry, not maintain this, but keep it as it was. And now we will go to the fun part with the stairs. The stairs is a very tedious work. You will need to spend a little bit more time by designing it and making sure that everything fits and works correctly as you as you want you to make it. And that means that you'll need to just put a little bit more work on this. I'm gonna hide most of the things here, and I'm gonna create a cube. And because I'm gonna use the snap feature a lot here, I want you to be aware that whenever you add so much, you have so many items in your scene, the snap feature will get crazy because of that. It's trying to relay on any geometry that it sees around, and it's just making a mess. So hide everything in layers and keep the house at least, and some of the poles here. Okay, I'm gonna move this cube, and I will stretch this cube to the same length of this path here, but I want this to be I want the poles length to be considered as well. So I'm gonna right click, choose vertices, grab this and hold down the V key and snap this to this. Okay, see, I'm gonna do the same here. Take the pole together with me that way, and then you want to hold down the D key, click here on this vertex. You can reset the orientation of the move tool, double click on it if it's not open, and middle mouse, well, hold down the V, middle mouse click, hold and drag, and position it that way. The next thing is to decide what will be the measures of the stairs. So this is the thickness that I want, okay, and this is the length that I want, something like that. Okay, just try to find the proportions for I don't know, a foot here standing. And when you're done with this, you're gonna take poles. I'm gonna take this pole, gonna move it here. First of all, I'm gonna take the stair. I'm gonna right click edge, grab this edge ring, utilities to edge ring, and split. Then double click on it, shift right click, bevel edge. I have this edge. I want to move this edge whole here, see, to the same size as where the pole is, and double click on this one, hold on the V key, snap it to that, so we have cube that, again, you understand me, right? Here you want to grab this one, control right click, edge ring, utilities to edge ring, and split, and you want to do the same here, press G, and you want to do 1 to here, G. Okay, now we will only do this once, so you want to grab this one here, and because it's centered, I'm going to do modify center pivot just once again, hold on the V key, and I'm going to place this here on top of that floor. Now this will be hard to do. I'm going to rely on this edge, on that edge, to center it that way, so it will really be there. It's not good, as you can see. You can hold on the V key and try and modify this. If it still doesn't work, what you will do is you want to hit this one, move this here, right click edge, choose this edge, control right click edge ring, utilities to edge ring, and split. Grab this one, press G, press F8. I'm gonna isolate it for a second, the pole. I have this here, right? So what I will do is I'm gonna press D, click on this center vertex. This is where I want my pivot to be. Right click, choose face. Let's grab these four faces, delete it, press F8. The pivot is still there. Right click, edge, double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge, get rid of this, shift right click, delete edge, press F8, bring it back to object mode. Let's unisolate this. This is still in the center there, you see. I just want to attach it to this vertex here. So hold on the V key, middle mouse click, hold and drag it over there. So you see how it goes? Control D to duplicate this, hold on the V key, and move this one over here. So you will have two of them that way. Now, right now, I don't care about these two, that they are next to each other here. This is not the reason that I'm doing this. I'm trying to save you time and work, and this is why I'm making this entire thing. I'm gonna double click on this edge, shift right click, delete. I'm gonna take this one, shift right click, delete. Basically all those edges that I added, I'm gonna delete them. Okay, and by the way, before you delete them, make a copy of this structure. One stair, two, move them away, keep them on another layer with the edges applied already. Okay, don't remove them until you make this copy. So now that you have this one, you need to decide what you want to do. You want to do stairways that will go with 90 degrees turn, or you want to make something which is rounded, I don't know, like sort of a partial spiral. It's not spiral, but it's partial sort of spiral stairs. So this will be an example for both of them, and also a combination of both of them, and you will need to decide what you want to do. But the thing is to keep in mind that you want to have this structure as it is, mesh combine it, and make sure you have this, okay? Later on you will decide what you want to do with it, but right now it's crucial that you will have poles on top of your stair, okay? This will save you time. I'm gonna modify center the pivot for it, hold down the D key and put this on this particular vertex here. I'm gonna reset this tool, and now I will do Control D to duplicate this, hold down the V key, move it here, and then I will decide the height. See the height of this stair. When you're satisfied with it, you can Shift D, duplicate this that way. If you want to make it turn, create two more. This will be the turn, okay? So right click, choose vertices. I'm gonna take only this vertices of the stair itself and move them here. Press F8. I'm gonna grab this one, switch to rotation tool, J, rotate it that way, and switch to here. And because this is really the height that it should be, I'm gonna hold on the V key and move it here, right? That way. Now you want to decide if this stairway will be the same length as this one. You can shorten it. So either you want to make it as this one, or if you want to keep it as this length. So whichever will be the case for your own preparations. I'm going to take these, hold on the V key, and snap this to the same length as this stair here, right? Press F8. I want to have a copy of the turn, so take this stair and copy it. I don't mind what you want to do, just make sure you have one copy, because I don't know what will happen with your model later on, but keep in mind that you probably want to make a copy of this height. Okay, this height here is crucial. Sorry, this height is crucial. This height can be crucial as well. Okay, now because I don't want to set, I can't really set this again. I'm gonna move this here, and I'm gonna move this here. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this is for that. I can now grab this one, Control D, duplicate this, and hold down the V key, move this to the same height as this should be. Okay, this one. So I'm pointing to this stair, and then of course holding down the V key and move it towards this point here. So I'm using this stair for the next one, as you can already see. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one, press Shift D. It won't really it won't really apply to this. I'm sorry about my throat. Let me 1 second. Just sorry, my throat is just killing me because of the cigarettes, and Anyway, I just selected that one, and now I can't really do the Shift D again. So I'm gonna delete this one. Yeah, I want to delete this one, and I want to create copy. Control D, duplicate this, and do the same without interfering. So this one should be stick to this one, and then the height should be related according to this one. Okay, and then Shift D, continue this. So you see, this is what it's all about. Now I'm gonna bring the island just to see what's going on here, and you can either go all the way here, but you can see I don't have much island piece here, so I may want to expand it somewhere in the future, but right now, because of that, I can either go and continue this all the way down, or I can go and change and create another floor like here, and then change the direction of the stairs towards the left. Okay, so same thing. If you decided that you do want to do this, but don't stop to duplicate them until you're sure. Okay, because I stopped duplicating them, I can't really continue and Shift D duplicate them. So right now I'm stuck here. So that means that if I want to use a floor here, I'm gonna use this one as my floor. I'm gonna grab these vertices now, stretch them a little bit, press F8, bring it back to object mode, grab this one, switch the pivot, so hold on D, click on this vertex here, reset the orientation, hold on, switch to rotation, J key, rotate it with 90 degrees like so, okay, and you want to stick this one to be in front of this one, okay, like so, see, okay, you got it, and then use this one, the lower one, to help me creating the duplicated one. So this one here, this one, I'm gonna duplicate it, Control D, hold on the V key, snap this to this corner here, and then V in this axis, the Y axis, to set this into that height. When it's good, Shift D and continue on and do this. Okay, and I won't stop here until I will get to the floor, or you can again do over here. Sorry, the length here is just crazy, but let's assume that you understand what I was just demonstrated here. When you're done with this, this will be the process where you want to make some decisions, and before those decisions will be made, before you're gonna start with the process, you want those decisions to be made right away. So the decision will be how many times you will have poles. Okay, so we don't want pole here, so we're gonna grab everything here as it's already structured. Okay, let's say that we are satisfied with what we have here. I'm gonna select all those stairs. I said stairs, man. Okay, we don't need to select this one, we don't need to select this one, nor this one. Only the stairs. I'm gonna go over mesh, separate all of them. Okay, now you really want to go and choose these two poles, these two poles, these two, delete them. So we are deleting every three. So 3, 3, delete. Delete. But you can see what's going on here. I left with 1. So you want to make the calculation on how to do this before that, okay, beforehand. And this will help you not to get into this problem. So either 2, or maybe we have 1 spare here and there's nothing we can do. So anyway, like here, this is the turn. I'm gonna grab these two, and then these two. Okay, that went good. So we have these. Okay, now we don't need this one here, but you can keep it. Modify center the pivot, move it over here, try to rely on those here to position it. Okay, so, or just take the corner, hold down the D, reset orientation, hold on the V key and snap it. Okay, like so. Press F8. Just be aware that sometimes you don't want to have these here, these two. So the 3 actually was good for us. I'm gonna show you what I mean. The 3 thing was actually good when I chose 3 at the time, because the last one should be the one that on that same height of the floor, and well, no, it didn't. Anyway, you got me right. Just make sure you do the calculation. I guess I can't really avoid this that time. Anyway, make it organized. Make sure you know what you're doing before you even start copy them. The next step is to really make everything as one solid object. Now I'm gonna do a new window here. I'm gonna show you something. So let's say rail, train rail, well, train bridge rail. I'm gonna choose images. I'm gonna show you something. Let's say old train bridge rail. So old bridge trail rails has this structure like this one here, or let's say wood. Okay, okay, so you see what's going on here, right? Um, you can create this sort of supporting for your uh, you know sup, support foundation for those stairs in this old-fashioned style, something that looks similar to that. And you know what I meant, right? It's not really supposed to look the same as train rails has, only the old-fashioned way of how they constructed wood in a way that it will support stairs. So you can choose this way. What I chose is to show you how to do the solid way for this. So what I mean is that if you want to go and create a solid cement, for instance, for this stairs, you will need to follow these rules. You're gonna go and take all of the stairs together, and I'm gonna show you just example of this process. Let's say I have these here at the beginning, okay? And yeah, of course, I already decided to get rid of some of the poles, so no problem, we will get rid of some of the poles, okay? Right now we don't really care about the poles, but we are trying to make it look less crowded here, and that way we will see better things. So let's say I want to connect 5 stairs, okay? Let's do 4, okay? Speeding things up. We're gonna go over mesh, combine them. You want to combine all the stairs you have at the same time. You want to right click, choose face. You want to grab these 4 faces. You're gonna extrude them. Switch to move tool, bring them down, switch to scale tool, scale them on the y-axis even twice, just to make sure they are aligned that way, flattened. You want to set the height. If you have your this, you probably will have to go far. This is a very wide angle, so you want to go together with all of them until it will touch the ground here and everywhere. And then you can do the same as we did with the floor of this house and cut this. But this will be the last process that you will do, or thing that you will do in this process. So after you align those faces, you want to go and press delete to delete them. You want to go over and press F8, bring it back to object mode, right click choose edge. You want to grab this edge here. You want to align this edge with the height of this stair. You want to do the same for all of them as for the first step after stretching this. This one you don't need, you can shift right click delete edge. Okay, press F8, bring it back to object mode. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have for each stair, you want to have one edge loop that connects it to it. So because we have this edge here, we need another edge to connect this stair to this stair. Hold down the V key while it's loop selected and move it into place. Here you will need to add 2 edge loops. This is going to take some time, and sometimes when you have all those faces together, if you're gonna add edge loops, simply what will happen is that you will accidentally can always select the other faces to add those edge loops. So you will undo that. It's a process of try and error until it's done. So you see right now it's exactly where I want this, but if I would need to add here, see I wanted to add in between this face, but it's added there. So it's just selecting something which is a little bit harder, just harder to bring those edges. So in this case, because I have only this edge, it's easier. You're gonna bring this edge into position. Well, sorry, hold on the V key. Cool, right? This is easy at this part. Press F8, right click, choose faces. Let's say I'm done with this row of faces. I'm gonna grab everything in the middle of them. So only the big pieces, you see, from this piece and on, and whatever going on there. So everything here has been selected. I don't want to select this. By default, I would select this if I would finish with all of them, but right now I don't want to select this, and for sure I don't want to select this. I want everything in between. Press delete. Delete this, and then also the faces that were here has been deleted. Now you want to go face mode, grab this one, delete it, you will have another one, delete it. So every time it's two faces for the same sport, because this is what we have for each stair. See, I cleared them all. There are no unneeded faces in this structure. You're finished with this, you want to grab all of them, all the vertices, edit mesh, merge option, set this to 0.0001, click apply, everything will be connected, and you have one solid cement sort of support for your stairs. Okay. Now this is one way, and you will do this for the entire thing, but what was important here is that you will have all those poles ready for you if you want to, instead of uh, creating the stairs and then start and duplicate poles at the same time. This is really, really, really important to do this right away and not just a step later on. Okay, so make sure you do this. Later on, what you will want to do is want to grab all those that you decided to leave, all those poles, mesh, connect them, combine. You want to grab this face, you want to grab this face, you want to go over edit mesh, bridge. That's all. I'm gonna do this here and here. Press G, and you can see what's going on here, right? So we have problem where this gets a little bit weird. So I don't expect you to leave this that way, although you can leave this. You can also try and start from the top, again from the top, to start and decline them in a way that it will suit the way it should look like. So that way. Okay, if needed, even move those. I suspect that you don't want to move those. You only want to get rid, want to deal with the other ones. Yeah, you can play with it a little bit more, but you can see it's just a little bit weird there. Let's bridge those and let's deal with these vertices. Move them into position like so. Here you go. Okay. Still, it's need tweaking, but it's need tweaking because I need to set those as well, and this is why it looks weird. Okay. Anyway, you got me, right? Very easy to do, very, very simple. You've done with this. We've done with this demonstration. I want to continue with showing you just one more thing that it's going to be the same, almost the same as what we did. So here you go. We're going to do this. I'm going to grab all these, delete them. I don't know what I just deleted, but yeah, I don't want to delete this one. I'm going to delete those. I'm going to delete these. Basically, all I need is the first one that I created right now. I'm going to take this one, that one, and that one. Mash, combine them. Modify center the pivot. And what we will do here is we can take this, hold down the D key, click here on this vertex, reset the orientation, hold down the V key, move this, oh sorry, Control D, and then move, no sorry, what am I doing? Hold on the V key and attached it over here as we did earlier. You want to move this down some as for the stair height, and you want to switch to rotation tool and add a little bit rotation. Don't do it with the J key, do it manually, just a slight rotation like so. Okay, it can be like so, or it can be a little bit more, but when you're done with this you want to go and Shift D. Doesn't happen, so I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna switch the, yeah, that's cool. It was good. So I will simply Control D, duplicate this, move this into position next to this vertex, move it down to the height and rotation just a little bit. Then Shift D, and it will start to duplicate itself in that way. Okay, I'm going to continue this until it stops. So it goes like that. This is not what I meant to do, but I don't have much options here. The island is too small to work this thing as I want, but anyway, what's matter here is the way that you are going to do this, approach this, and just help you to get another design. Now, at this particular place, you could have like bring this into that spot, like here, grab all those. I'm trying to match. I'm finding that this one is the 90 degrees. This is the only one that is aligned with the 90 degrees, I think. I'm not sure, but anyway, we can test this. Like we can grab a new cube here into the scene, move this cube towards here, move this here, scale it up a little bit, and let's find which one is the aligned one. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Okay, I won't find any of them really aligned in that matters. Maybe this one. I think I got it. It's this one. This is the sucker. Okay, so I can grab all of them here, simply delete them. And that one, well, I am going to delete all of them. I'm going to keep these two, because you know why. I need two of them to rely on the height. So I'm going to grab these vertices here, and instead of doing this all the way rounded, I'm going to grab these, stretch this, create a floor here, and with this floor I will go same path straight away down there, or maybe down here. Depends on you. Do whatever you feel like. You know the drill here, right? And this is just a way to show you how you can combine both of them. You don't need to make all the stairs rounded like so. Okay, you can just make straight ones here and rounded here, or rounded all the way, or rounded in different way. You can switch, change the rotation. So you can like grab this one, and you can grab this one here, change the rotation. Now, like let's say delete those. Let's grab this one, hold down the D key, move this one over here, reset the tool. I'm using the back, this is important, so you want to go hold down Control D, V, move it towards here. Okay, make sure it's really at the same position. This is also crucial. You want to bring this down to to the same height, and this is why I should have keep those two. And let's do like Control D to duplicate this. Sorry, let's not do Control D. Let's Control D. Hold on the V key, move it here, move it down some. J key, sorry, not J key, just rotate it a little bit, and Shift D. So it will start move that path. Okay, but again, don't forget that you need to rely on those height of the other ones. So always keep those two before you delete the rest. Okay, so you see this is nice. Okay, and this is following the same procedure. When you're done, first of all, clear all the poles that you don't want to have. Go, press F8. I'm gonna come here, select all of them, select all the stairs, by the way. Sorry, God. Control Shift, and selecting will always help you select together. So Control to unselect, or Control Shift to add to selection. And that, go over Mesh, Separate. And the reason that it must be precise on height and stuff like that, at least for the corners, that every time that I chose to turn the the pivot, I made sure that I'm aligned with this corner. And the reason for that is because whenever I'm going to connect them, I want to be sure that I won't have any offsetted stair. You will be able to see this here. Okay, this area is offsetted. At the top here, maybe it doesn't, but it could get into this position. I will show you what you need to do. So let's say we've done with the selection and everything. We separated everything. We chose the poles we want to remove. So everything is ready to be connected, and you want to go and delete those. I'm gonna deal with only those 4 or 5 stairs. I'm gonna grab these. Let's grab these as well. You know what? And this one. Okay. Mesh, combine them back to be together. Okay, this one as well. Mesh, combine. And then it's the same procedure. You want to grab all those lower faces. Grab these, extrude, switch to move tool, bring them down, switch to scale tool, do this that way. If you're done with this, you can either delete those lower faces. Okay, my camera is just weird here. You can right click, choose those faces, delete them, and what you will need to do is grab this edge, hold on the V key, snap it to this height of this edge. Same goes here, same goes here. Okay, you want to add edge loops. This way it will be easier for you because there is open gap in between them. You want to add one edge loop here for the height of this stair, one edge loop here for the height of this stair, one edge loop here for the height of this. You're going to work this out, making sure that those edges are aligned. Like so. Okay. And then right click, choose face. I'm going to grab these two faces, mesh, edit mesh, bridge. Make sure the division is set to 1. That's good. I'm going to continue, grab these 3 faces, these 3 faces. Press G. This will do bridge. Oh my god, I shouldn't select these 3 faces. Okay, I have a problem here. And you can see what's the problem is. Right, I don't need this edge. Shift right click, I'm going to delete it. I do need this edge there. Okay, Right click, choose face. Let's grab these two faces that way. Mesh, edit mesh, bridge. I need this one here. Well, here. And I need one more here. So you need to add edges. Okay. Let's select this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, that one. Edit mesh, bridge. Okay. You can see that you don't need to delete any faces here in this particular case, but you can see that I do have a problem where vertices here just, I don't know, being connected to each other for some reason. I don't know why it's done that. Oh, these are like so. I just seen it in, I thought it's in a different angle. That's okay. Okay, so we have this, it's ready. You can see here that it's all flow in the same alignment, so we don't have offsetted edges, stairs. And here it goes well as well, right? So everything is good here. Everything, whatever is not good here is only the poles. This will be probably a problem here, but I never tested it. I'm gonna test it right now for the first time. I'm gonna do edit mesh, bridge this. The bridge is going, well, if this is the distance in between them, this is not too bad, right? I'm gonna try and do this here, but wait, be with me for one more second. I'm gonna go edit bridge those. Holy moly, this is not the same heights. This is just a little bit different. I guess this is okay. It's not supposed to be probably like so, but yeah, that's just a little bit weird here. Anyway, if you want this rounded, you can grab this edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. This is selected. You can grab this edge here, okay? Maybe double click on it, shift right click, bevel edge. Add segments, change the fraction. No. I want to grab this edge, shift right click, bevel it. Add segments, fraction, also wouldn't help me. So you can either grab this, reset the orientation, wouldn't help much, SF8. What I'm trying to do is to make it look rounded, but apparently whatever I'm trying to do here ain't going to work. Maybe manually will be a good way to make this, but deserves a lot of attention, so I wouldn't go with it that way. Anyway, this is it for this part, and I hope that whatever you learned here will make some use for you. And I know that it wasn't the complete part as for the entire process, but those examples are really what it's important here, and with that you want to make sure that everything is going well. So thank you for watching this part. If you have any comments to say about this part in particular, add them on the comments section. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day, people. I'll see you at the next part, and I hope that by the next part I will first finish my own stairways, and that way I will be able to show you with what I came up with. See you at the next part. Bye bye.